The hill behind us is what we're about to wander up today. It's called the Zig Zag Garden. Never been here before, so we'll be seeing it with fresh eyes together. Like, subscribe and tap the bell so that you know when a new video arrives. Oh joy, it's uphill, but it'll be downhill home. That is something of a relief. More the horses than the push bikes. Well-made path, quite a steep climb, so we'll take our time. Flowers starting to bloom, very attractive. Definitely early spring. Interesting mix of hedgerow and ground cover plants, perfectly suited to the climb ahead of us. Definitely worse for wear with all the rain we've had, but still quite vibrant. Zig. It is a steep climb, but with reasonable views out to the water. Not everything's ready to burst bud yet, so we're sort of in that halfway time. Our first zag. Good grazing country next door, not that anything's on it that I'm aware of. Plenty of greenery. A burst of flowers. Let's see if we can get the bees. There they are. I have no idea what this is, but it's quite pretty. If you know, drop a comment below. Zigging again. More ground cover. Quite pretty flowers, very delicate. And of course, have to have some daisies because it's Tassie. So here we are now over the top of the bee-covered flowers. Another delicate little flower, very attractive. Some proteas there by the looks of them. Zoom in a bit closer. South African species related to the waratahs that grow in New South Wales. Again, more rain damage on the flowers, but lots of buds about to burst. Supposed to be dry for the next couple of days. It should be quite pretty. Another zag. Drainage down the side. I'm sure that would flow like a monster when it's raining. More fairly basic ground covers here, from shrubs all the way down to the actual ground covers. This little bush over there looks like some sort of tea tree to me, but I'm not an expert in these things. And another zig. Grandmother used to have hundreds of these in pots. The name is escaping me at the moment. Quite vibrant in the sun. We do have some deciduous trees starting well and truly on their way. This looks like some sort of maple, I think, from the leaf. Quite an intense planting through this section. Not unattractive. There's another one of those things I think is a tea tree, but it too is covered in bees. Quite an unusual looking evergreen there. Really tightly bunched leaves. This looks like a native bottle brush next to some very vibrant orangey red flowers. They look to me like they might be related to daisies. Plus you've got the blue forget-me-nots all the way through there. We forgot to mention them. Back onto the zags. A larger version of the bottle brush. Zoom in on those. Nice green section here, offset with the colours of the shrubs there on the right. And another, I think they're camellias, which have also suffered from the rain, but are not looking quite so bad compared to the others. Silver birch, I believe. You can see the catkins there. And of course the silver bark of the silver birch. Always love me a silver birch. No idea what this tree is, but it's very pretty. Again, if you do, answer in the comments. This is quite impressive. No bees much on it though. As you can see there, it does appear to be beeless for some reason. Maybe it's pollinated by something else. More of those daisies at my feet. No idea what this is other than gorgeous. Zoom in on the flowers there. They are magnificent. Quite a stunning blue bush down there. Again, I don't know what it is. but it does stand out. Time for a zig. More forget-me-nots. There's those beautiful flowers. With a broad sweep of colour, fading into the green, and another camellia. These are really quite pretty as well. Tiny little flowers in bunches. And yet another zig. Quite a spread of those daisies. Some are in flower, but most are yet to burst bud. They'll be quite pretty when they do. This red orangey shrub, but on this side of the path, the daisies have gone berserk. Looks to me like a native of some sort. With the bees all over it. And a zag. They're getting closer together as we get closer to the top. Absolutely stunning flowers, even though they've been water damaged. And for context, there's a hand just fluttering lightly in the breeze, which is picked up as we have climbed the hill. Another native, I'm guessing, from the tininess of the flowers and the hardiness of the leaves. And another one of what is now my favourite tree, after the silver birch, of course. The flower very much in bloom, very much covered in bees, and our friendly red daisies. And as I say, the zigs are getting closer to the zags. Tree that's burst leaf for spring hasn't. Spider's web there on top of the dead leaves. And the zag again, we're getting closer and closer to the top. Some more of these gorgeous little pink flowers. What appears to be a box tree, very slow growing, often used for hedging. And what appears to be our final zig, and a wall of daisies. And the white ones at the back. Very stunning. And more of these beautiful lilac-y white flowers. And the last set of steps. We're approaching the top of the hill. And just to confirm, it is quite the view round to the 11. I'm going to make my way back down. The wind's just starting to pick up and there may well be a shower coming in. It is after all spring.